Let's welcome Joseph Mukuzi. Joins us now live in the studio. Joseph, good to have us sports tonight.
Always a pleasure, Austin. Great development in Nigerian football.
Wow.
It's good to know that the Football Association has decided to renew the contract, extend the contract of Gerard Tura.
Awesome.
Very fantastic move.
Awesome.
You know, because a lot of people have been saying that what will happen to Nigerian football after the World Cup. And I just love the way the Football Association, NFF, is behaving. You know, it's quite strange. It's on African, it's on Nigerian. You know, trying to resolve issues. Match bonus issue, they've resolved it, and now they've resolved the issue of the coaches to ensure that even after the tournament he still stay put. I just love the way they're organizing things. It's really good. It shows that they really want to ensure that any flashpoint, any potential flashpoint is nipped in the bud before it becomes an issue. Great development. Okay, fantastic development. Let's bring the discussion back home now. Talk about elections into the different boards of the federation, sporting federation in Nigeria. You know the story was last year in June that we had elections and a lot of drama went down. Drama is still ongoing in basketball. And that's for the able sports. For para sports, today in Abuja, the Minister of Youth and Sports, Barrister Solomon Dalong, inaugurated the electoral and peace committees for the para sports. So someone will say, oh, you talked about the other sports and you're now not talking about the para sports. So the election, proposed elections is on, will take place on February the 15th, 2017. And so the appeals committee comprises 6 members, including the permanent secretary, Mr. Olushade Adeshola, director of FED, Mrs. Tayo Oreweme, director of grassroots sports, Dr. Ademola Are, Peter Nelson, Mr. D.A. Mohammed, and Honorable Godfrey Gaya. The electoral committee is also made up of 6 members. So the minister, after inaugurating this, says now, look, we're getting ready. And some persons will also say, look, let it be transparent. Absolutely. It's not just enough to say they are transparent. They have to be seen to be transparent because they're dealing with human beings and their judgment. You know, it's a good move for the minister, trying to do what they did with the able sports, you know, ensuring that we have something of an appeal committee in case there are issues. Of course, issues do come up in elections like this. But my major concern is that I hope the minister would respect, you know, decisions of the appeal committee. We've seen in the case of able-bodied sports where we, in Taekwondo to be specific, George Ashiru, you know, was disqualified, and at the end of it, the appeal committee actually recommended a re-election, that they should have the elections again. At the end of it, all manner of clandestine moves was made, and Margaret Binga was approved today. She's, you know, heading. It's not that she's not competent enough, but what we are saying is that once the electoral committee, there should be fair hearing, and once they say they want the election to be redone, the minister should automatically obey and not try to use any other means to ensure that you know, to field whoever. I think it's a good move. I think it's something that is needful, you know. But also, it's also important to look at these associations. If there are underlying issues that might result to possible crisis, you nip it in the bud. The case of basketball, to be specific, before they went into the election, so many issues boiling under the surface that if the minister was really listening, he would have picked up those signals because they were very obvious. The association don't have that issue that day. They've had issues leading to the elections. I
mean, one group had gone to Kano a day before.
That's what I'm saying.
So we already
so it was obvious there was going to be issues.
That's right.
So I want I want the minister to look at those associations right now. If they are brewing issues, nip it in the bud before they go for the elections.
That's right. And someone should not even think this will get less attention because it's para sports.
Absolutely.
We're trying to promote equality and then also promote inclusion. So what Joseph is saying is, look, we already have something to learn from the one we did last year, and we should
improve on it.
That's the word, improve on it, correct the mistakes from the last one. So elections will be conducted in powerlifting, and remember, the country always wins medals in powerlifting at the Olympics. Para athletics, para soccer, amputee football, sitting volleyball, wheelchair basketball, and para swimming. Those are the sports. And today in Abuja, the minister inaugurated the elections and appeals committee for para sports. So information that we can use, February the 15th, 2017. We'll be monitoring that one just to ensure that, yes, it is transparent and then good judgment in there. So that's it for para sport. Let's talk about handball in Nigeria. Ever since the new board came, handball has been busy, and for them, they want you, Joseph, and of course me, to keep talking about handball first now. And they're doing just that. The team, the national team, they've been preparing, and now the handball team, they have been drawn in Group B of the 23rd Handball Nations Cup, who is in the same group with Nigeria, Egypt, Congo DR, Angola, and Morocco. And you know, when you have two North African in your group, those persons are the North Africans, they have done so much for sports development. So at any level, they are big threats. The team led by Coach Mike Tangaha will begin their search for glory at the championship against Angola at the Libreville Sports Complex in Gabon. Apart from the top prize of the championship, the best three teams will automatically qualify for the World Cup. So it's a qualifying process. So the top top three teams don't need to go through the qualifying process. They will automatically qualify for the World Cup that will be co-hosted by Denmark and Germany. The Nigerian team, the finished 10th. Nigerian team finished 10th in the last edition. It's handball. We don't get to talk about it much. But back in the day, this sport brought us glory. We can get back to it.
Yeah, absolutely. The way to go is grassroots, and we know that we have the talent, but we have to develop it at that level. It's not just enough to show up at competitions like this. You have to have a very strong foundations. The Egyptians and the Moroccans have shown us the way. You don't just, it takes a lot of investment, into this sport. But I'm particularly glad the activities are beginning to pick up now that we are preparing for tournaments of this nature. So many activities. For the first time in a very long time, we are actually seeing the Handball Federation, coming on the stream with activities.
Targets.
I do believe if they keep doing it, even if we go to this competition and we don't qualify, it doesn't mean the end of Nigeria, the sports. We should continue in that light, and I believe that as time goes on, we can improve.
That's right. So that's it. Handball getting us to talk about it. We're getting set for the 23rd edition of the Handball Nations Cup. Nigeria will be part of that one. Nigeria has been drawn in Group B. So write it down now as we follow. That competition will take place in Gabon. The top three teams will automatically qualify for the World Cup that will be hosted by Denmark and Germany. And that's in Nigeria. I'm already hoping that Nigeria will make it to the top three and go to the World Cup. It's all about sports development in the country. Let's get on with the show now. Find out what's going on with Aaron Okwadri. What a story. Aaron Okwadri ended 2017 as world number 21. Now, we got talking about him last year when he won this Africa Cup. And Aaron Okwadri and Dina Meshref of Egypt, they are set to defend their titles at this year's IWTF Africa Top 16 Cup holding in Nairobi, Kenya.
He's actually going for a hat-trick of titles.
Wow.
Because in 2014, he won the tournament in Lagos. Then went on to win it in, is it Sudan now? The last one. And this one is in Nairobi. So he's going for a hat-trick of titles. It's not going to be easy. The last time he played was Omar Saad. He played at the final, winning 4-2 in the process. And this time around, it won't be easy.
Omar Saad coming from 2 games down
to win 4-2. So this time around, it will be easy. Omar Saad is doing very well on his world number 26, and he's going to come all out, to ensure that he beats Quadri. But Quadri has been in scintillating form lately, and we must give kudos to him. He has improved, from the ranking. Initially was 37, and now he's the #1 ranked, player in Africa. He definitely has the ability, to win this tournament. But it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. But we wish him the best.
So Aaron Okwadri showing out the signs of a top-class table tennis player, and he will be hoping to win right there in Nairobi, Kenya. The top 16 players in men and women's singles will compete in a qualification for the 2018 ITTF World Cup. So it's very important.
It is very, very
Somebody
important.
is not just going to one competition, he has something in front.
Absolutely.
So they will not play with it.
Absolutely.
And that's why I was saying this sort of competitions, it's not just about the federation. The Ministry for Youth and Sport, it should be their business. Aaron Okwadri of where? From where?
Nigeria, of course. We all know all this, but we also know that ministry has been bedeviled with all manner of issues, scarcity of funds, and and this has greatly affected not just table tennis but other sports as well. With the exception of football, I do believe that the way Aaron Okwadri has really impressed, it should draw the attention of the ministry to assist in tournaments like this.
That's right. I totally agree with you. So Aaron Okwadri, being defending champion, and Segun Toriola qualified automatically as Nigeria's representative in the men's single, while Olufunke Oshonaike and Edem Ofyon will compete it in the women's singles. Sports Tonight on Channels Television. Let's go on this break now. When we come back, grassroots swimming development will get our attention. And of course, the Super Eagles in Morocco don't go anywhere. Stay.